In the delicate world of butterflies, survival is never guaranteed. Bright wings may capture our attention, but beauty alone offers little protection from the many predators that watch from the trees, the sky, and the forest floor. Yet some butterflies have discovered a different path to survival, one that does not rely on speed or camouflage, but on a remarkable chemical defense hidden within their own bodies. Today, we explore one of the quiet masters of this strategy, the common crow butterfly. With its deep, velvety wings and calm, unhurried flight, it may appear modest beside the dazzling colors of other species. But appearances can be deceiving. Beneath those elegant wings lies one of nature's most effective defenses, a survival strategy so powerful that other butterflies have evolved to imitate it. In the silent language of wings, the common crow carries a warning written not in color, but in chemistry. And through that invisible message, it has shaped the behavior of predators, influenced the evolution of other species, and secured its place in the delicate balance of the ecosystem. Unlike many brightly colored butterflies that warn predators with bold patterns and vivid wings, the common crow appears quiet and understated. Its dark, velvety wings carry only faint markings, giving it an almost gentle presence as it glides through forests and gardens. Yet beneath this subtle beauty lies one of nature's most effective defense systems. Predators may notice the butterfly, but they quickly learn that attempting to eat it is a mistake. The secret lies in chemistry. During its caterpillar stage, the common crow feeds on plants such as milkweed and dogbane, plants that contain powerful toxic compounds. As the caterpillar grows, it stores these chemicals within its body, carrying them forward into adulthood as a lasting shield against predators. Instead of being harmed by these toxins, the caterpillar stores them inside its body. When the butterfly finally emerges from its chrysalis, those toxins remain. To a bird, the butterfly tastes extremely bitter, and sometimes even dangerous. One unpleasant bite is usually enough. After that experience, birds quickly learn to recognize and avoid butterflies that look like the common crow. In nature, survival often depends on learning. Young predators must quickly discover which creatures are safe to eat and which are best left alone. Imagine a young bird spotting a slow-moving butterfly drifting through the air. It seems like an easy meal. The bird swoops down, captures it, and takes a bite. The result is immediate and unforgettable. A mouthful of intense bitterness. The butterfly's stored toxins make the experience deeply unpleasant, and the bird quickly spits it out. From that moment on, the lesson is learned. The shape, color, and flight of the common crow become a warning signal in the bird's memory, one that it will remember the next time it sees those dark wings passing through the trees. The bird may feel sick, or at the very least deeply regret its choice. What seemed like an easy meal quickly becomes an unpleasant lesson. From that moment forward, the bird remembers the butterfly's dark wings and slow, drifting flight. The memory of that bitter taste is enough to trigger caution the next time it sees a similar shape moving through the air. This process is known as predator learning. Through experience, predators begin to recognize the warning signs carried by certain species and avoid repeating the same mistake. For the common crow, this learned avoidance becomes a powerful form of protection. Even though the butterfly is relatively slow and conspicuous, the lessons carried in a predator's memory allow it to move through its habitat with far less danger. Over time, those memories spread through entire populations of birds. What begins as a single unpleasant encounter becomes a shared understanding among predators. Some butterflies are simply not worth eating. The secret behind the common crow's defense lies in a group of compounds known as cardiac glycosides, along with other plant-derived toxins. These chemicals are absorbed when the caterpillar feeds on certain host plants, including milkweed and dogbane. Once inside the caterpillar's body, the toxins are carefully stored rather than broken down. When the butterfly later emerges from its chrysalis, those same chemicals remain within its tissues, forming a lasting line of defense. Cardiac glycosides are powerful substances that can interfere with heart function in animals that are sensitive to them. Even when the dose is not deadly, the taste alone is extremely unpleasant, often causing predators to spit the butterfly out almost immediately. For birds and other insect-eating animals, the experience is memorable. One encounter with that bitter flavor is often enough to teach a lasting lesson. In essence, the common crow carries a chemical warning written within its own body, a silent message to predators that simply says, "Do not eat." Over time, predators begin to recognize the common crow's dark wings and pale markings as a warning. What starts as a defense used by a single species gradually becomes something much larger within the natural world. But the story grows even more fascinating. Because the common crow is so unpalatable, other butterflies have evolved to copy its appearance. This phenomenon is known as Batesian mimicry. Harmless butterflies imitate the dark wings and pale spots of the common crow, relying on the predator's learned memory to keep them safe. To a bird scanning the forest, the resemblance is close enough to create doubt. And when the cost of being wrong might mean another mouthful of bitterness, predators often choose to avoid the butterfly entirely. It is a remarkable example of evolution at work, an elegant illusion in which survival depends not on toxins, but on looking like a species that carries them. Like all butterflies, the common crow begins its life as a tiny egg, carefully placed on the leaves of a suitable host plant. Within a few days, a small caterpillar emerges and immediately begins to feed. Its chosen plants, often milkweed or dogbane, contain the very toxins that will one day protect the butterfly. As the caterpillar eats, it quietly absorbs and stores these powerful chemicals within its body. Over the following weeks, the caterpillar grows rapidly, shedding its skin several times as it passes through a series of stages known as instars. With each stage, it gathers more of the plant's defensive compounds, building the chemical shield it will carry for the rest of its life. Eventually, the caterpillar forms a chrysalis and enters one of nature's most extraordinary transformations. Inside this quiet shell, the body of the caterpillar reorganizes itself completely, reshaping into the delicate form of a butterfly. When the common crow finally emerges and spreads its wings for the first time, it carries with it not only the gift of flight, but also the powerful chemical defenses it gathered during its days as a caterpillar. Unlike many butterflies that live only a few short weeks, the common crow can survive for several months under favorable conditions. Its chemical defenses allow it to move through the landscape with far less risk than many other species. The butterfly is widely distributed across South and Southeast Asia. It thrives in a variety of environments, from dense forests and rural gardens to city parks and even busy urban areas. Wherever flowering plants grow, the common crow can often be found drifting slowly through warm sunlight. Its unhurried flight may seem almost careless, especially in a world where most butterflies must constantly flee from danger. Despite its defense, the common crow butterfly is far from a solitary survivor. As it feeds on nectar, it also becomes an important pollinator, helping flowering plants reproduce. In this quiet exchange between butterfly and blossom, both species benefit. The plant receives the pollen it needs to produce seeds, while the butterfly gathers the nectar that fuels its delicate flight. Across forests, gardens, and open fields, these small encounters help sustain entire landscapes. What may seem like a simple visit to a flower is actually part of a much larger ecological partnership. The common crow also plays an important role in the balance of butterfly communities. Because it carries toxins from the plants it fed on as a caterpillar, predators learn to avoid its distinctive form. It may not be hiding from predators at all. Instead, it carries a secret that birds have already learned the hard way. The common crow butterfly reminds us that survival in nature is not always about speed or strength. Sometimes the most powerful protection comes from chemistry, memory, and the slow shaping force of evolution. Through a quiet partnership with the plants it feeds on, the butterfly carries a warning written within its own body, one that predators quickly learn to respect. So the next time you see a dark butterfly drifting calmly through a garden, remember that its unhurried flight is no accident. It is the result of millions of years of adaptation, resilience, and survival. Nature is filled with stories like this, stories of quiet brilliance unfolding in the smallest of creatures, and every butterfly carries one of those stories on its wings. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, and follow us on social media. Your support helps us continue sharing the beauty and wonder of the butterfly world. Thank you for visiting us at Papillon Chateau, where the quiet magic of butterflies invites us to pause and rediscover the small miracles of nature. And remember, at Papillon Chateau, every wing tells a story.